Okay, let's take all of these tools right here. Okay, because when I'm creating things like this, I'm being industrious. Okay, industry, if you will. Okay, so let's take all of these tools right here, which symbolize technology, industry. Okay, in essence, they symbolize potential and the ability to achieve that potential. Now, like an early humanity, and let's just simply call it as we see it, we were primitive. We were not only materially immature, we were virtually spiritually oblivious. And that was the job of the fallen sons of God, okay? That they are sent here to spark the higher interest in the spiritual truth of the world that's hidden within the material construct. So they were here to say, okay, well, don't be fooled and don't judge just strictly by your sights, because there's always a higher reflection of information that is contained within the material construct. And that's going to be the quality of the spirit. And that was the potential that we were supposed to bring out of the world. But instead, we only increase the potential of this, the exterior, the ugliness. Okay? So let's say that early evolving mankind was basically like a child. Okay? And there's just no way that we, in modern times, just using simple logic, would give a young child these types of tools. First, we would never give him these tools in hopes that he would create anything of benefit, because he doesn't have the experience to use them. So the only thing naturally that could happen is that he could hurt himself by his lack of knowledge, and that he wouldn't create or alter the world in a beautiful way, that he would alter the world and distort it in an ugly way. And that he just does not have the experience to use these tools or the understanding of the world around him to understand what the tools are supposed to bring out in the first place. Okay? So that's what I'm saying here. I'm saying that you could liken this wood here to everything that's material. Okay? It's potential. That's all it is. It's just potential. Until that potential is realized and actualized, nothing's ever going to happen. So that is what experience does. Experience gives you the realization of the potential that lies within the interior. So on the reverse side of this wood, where you see that I haven't done the carving, there's all the ugliness. There's the exterior of the wood. Now that I do the carving and I understand the potential that's hidden within the interior of the wood, I can create something of beauty. Now here's the kicker. We find out that really what's needed is the high knowledge of the material world, and that's that there is a spiritual truth that is hidden within the material construct. And this is where it's going to reveal that do what thou wilt doesn't work. It doesn't work in the real world, and it's not going to work with this piece of wood right here. I just can't do what thou wilt and hope to achieve perfection. It don't work. You know why? Because this wood grain only runs in one direction. That's right. It's like the hairs on a cat. They only lay one way. It's like the shingles on a roof. They only lay one way. It's like the scales on a fish. They only lay one way. If they were to lay the opposite way, the fish wouldn't be water dynamic. The shingles on the roof wouldn't shed water. And then the hairs on a cat wouldn't be smoothed when you rubbed it. And it wouldn't be something that you'd want to pet. The same thing with the fibers of the wood. They only go one way. There's only one path to perfection. I can't just simply take my carving tool and start going any old direction. Guess what's going to happen? I'm going to get tear out. That's what that is right there. That's tear out. That's not a smooth carve. But if I have knowledge due to experience of learning by trial and error, that if I carve this way, guess what? No tear out. The carving will be smooth. So in other words, I can't just do what thou wilt. I have to do what the will of the Father is, who designed the very creation himself. And when I do,